miracles have happened, and I feel that I'm so blessed that I will share it. I connected with Guruji a couple of years back through Vandana. I work in the bank, and she had come there and she said, "You're going through so much that you should definitely come to Rosie Auntie's house." We used to have the Sangat over there, and I said, I come from a Punjabi family where we don't believe in Gurujis and all that, and I don't think that there is any human being that could be God. But anyhow, for some reason I decided I'm going to go there, and I went there, and then first time I went there, I saw Seema Auntie there, and I said, all these educated people are here, so it's got to be something. So while I was sitting there, it was like I connected but didn't connect fully. And then when I went home, coming from a Punjabi family, my mother believes in Shivji. So I've been following Shivji from the childhood, and my grandmother follows Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So it's like I have every god in my temple. But when I came back and I told my brothers, I met this Guruji, Seema Auntie's there, and all these people are there. He says, "Oh my God, tera dimag ta pehla hi kharab si. Ek te divorce ho gaya, dimag aur kharab ho gaya, hun kisi cult de vich pੈ gayi." So when all of them said that, I kind of became like disappointed, and I said maybe I shouldn't go. So I guess I had to go through more karmic journey and suffer a little bit more, and I decided I'm not going to go. And then unfortunately, I had a very bad marriage, and I was married to a person who was actually not a person, but was, I would say, evil. So I had to go through a karmic journey, and the first person who actually saved me from that was Seema Auntie. She helped me get out of that relationship, and for some reason, when you're married to somebody who's negative or evil, it follows you. And the last 12 years have been very, very challenging, very dark for me, and it's been tough. There's so many things, but I don't even know how to start or say anything, but all I can say is that I'm so blessed that I was connected to Guruji. About 7 months back again, Raj uncle had come, and he told me that you're going through so much tough time. Why don't you just come one time and just see the power of Guruji? You will see it. You just have to surrender. So I said, I'm just going to come. I came 7 months back. But this time, there was something in the room. There was some power in the room that was making me feel that I have to come here. And I felt so good. I connected with the shovels. I connected with everything. And I said, I'm going to come here. I'm going to do this. The very first day that when I went home, I felt so good that I knew that this is going to be my best journey. And during all of this time, my daughter is going through a very challenging time because of the divorce. She's affected. She's have a mental health issue. She's in a rehab right now. I've had many, many times I've just lost her. And I don't know how there is some power, and I know I believed in Shivji, so I feel like Guruji is Shivji's, Swaroop, so maybe there is some blessing that was watching for it. And now that I was coming to Guruji, I felt like it's going to be something magnetic was happening, which I didn't know. It was all designed. And while all of this was happening, just few weeks back, I couldn't find my daughter. She was going through a lot of depression. We were looking for her everywhere. And the same day, Seema Auntie's house, you were having the Sangat that day for your daughter. And while all of this was going on, and I said, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen with my daughter. I called my son. He's in medical school. And he said, Mom, don't worry. I said, no matter what happens, I'm going to go. I'm going to pray. And today I'm going to ask Guruji that if he's really there, he's going to save my daughter. So when I went to Seema Auntie's house, I was very restless. I was praying. There were so many people there, so many blessings. And all of a sudden, I don't know now. I didn't know then. The groom's brother, he saw that I was very restless, and he came and he says, Auntie, why are you so restless? I said, there's something going on a personal level. So I decided to get up, and right that time I got a text. While I was challenging Guruji, I was saying, if you're really there, please save my daughter. And right then I got the text from my son. It says, Mom, they found Anika. She is in the hospital. She had an accident. She's fine. You need to come now. So as I was getting up, I texted Seema Auntie and I said, I can't believe it. There is some power. There is some miracle. I found my daughter. So as I was going in the garage, the groom's brother approached me and says, Auntie, why don't you take prasad for your daughter? So I said, that would be great. So he was trying to get the prasad for me. While I went into your garage, Seema Auntie's husband, I forgot your name, I'm sorry, Amit. I have not seen him in many years, and I don't know how this happened. So while I was wearing my shoes, he taps me in the back. And I said to him, I said, yeah, what's going on? He says, wait, hold on. You look like you're not, you're feeling very disturbed. So I said, I don't know, what is he seeing in me? So anyways, I waited. I waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I was getting restless. Then I said, I'm just going to go in, maybe he forgot about it. And then I see he was talking to another auntie. And then he's waving at me. He says, I didn't forget you. She was asking me something and I was addressing it. And he came out and he gave me 2 beautiful pictures of Guruji out of the blue. He says, take this and you can see the miracles. So when I brought that to the house, something felt good. And right after that, I got a call that my daughter is fine and I can come and go pick her up. While I brought her back home, the first thing she said, Mom, did you go to Guruji? Because I had been talking to her and she said, Jai Guruji. And she was feeling like I don't even know how these things happen, but there is something that was happening. And when those pictures came, I said, now I'm so blessed, my temple is complete. While all of this was happening, I also found out that my ex was not paying on my mortgage for the last 3 years, and my house was going in a foreclosure. So I got a call the next day from a guy who actually had a note on my house and said that you're going to be evicted in a month or so. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, like here I'm just trying to do this, now what am I going to do? My son is in medical school, my daughter is going through this, I'm going to lose the house. So that night I went to the temple and I said, Guruji, if you've come to my house, there is a reason. Nobody can move us from here. Now you're going to do the miracle. I don't know what I can do. And then when I called the bank, I found out that the mortgage that I had, they had tripled it. My 288,000 mortgage had become to $500,000 and there was no way I could do anything. So I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? And while all of this was going on, I got a text from my boss who's in Florida and said, look at your paycheck tomorrow. And I'm saying, what did she say? So I looked at my checking account and I see that instead of getting like 1-time raise, I got 3 times the raise. This is like, it's never heard of. And I said, this is crazy. So then she says, I told her that I'm going through a little bit of a stress. So she says, why don't you talk to the president of the bank and tell him what's going on? You make a decent income. And I said, nothing's going to happen because I have no past history. My account is delinquent. While all of this is happening, I'm talking to I get a call from the president of the bank the next day. And he says, what is wrong with you? Why don't you apply for a mortgage here? And I said, but I have no history. My account is delinquent. It's all defaulted. It's been 3 years. There's no payments. He says, don't worry about it. I'm going to sign off on it. Just apply the application. While all of this is going on and applying it, and I'm like, where am I going to get the closing costs, the attorney costs? And the note holder was putting the pressure on me. In the meantime, all of this is going on. I get a call from one of the investors who actually was one of my old clients and says, don't worry. If nothing happens, if your mortgage doesn't get approved, he will buy my house. I can stay in the house and I can buy it back from him. So I said, Jai Guruji, something good is happening. Like I'm getting hope from somewhere. So this was happening, my mortgage was getting, my application was being put. Now I was told that I have to bring 23,000 to the closing. There was no way I could have afforded that because with the medical bills for my daughter, being a single mom, taking care of my son in medical school, I said, oh my God, where am I going to get all this money? Because it was all delinquent taxes and all that. And then I went to the Guruji again. I said, Guruji, you have to do something, give me some money, what do I do? And my son and my daughter is saying that I'm losing it because they were with me. I said, you have to come to the temple, we're going to talk to Guruji. And next day when I look at my account, you'll be surprised. This is not a joke. Next day, I get a tax refund, the biggest tax refund that I could not even think I was going to get. And while the tax refund, I get it, I also get a call from an HR. They said, you had put an employee on a good position 6 months back, so we're going to give you a check for $5,000. I'm like, Jai Guruji. So now the money that I needed for closing, I got all of that together. My home loan got approved. The investor said he's going to wait for 3 weeks. He's not going to push it. And the note holder said, I'm not going to do the eviction. Why don't you go to the sheriff's office and ask for extension? So I went to the sheriff's office in New Brunswick. All of this is going simultaneously. And they said, you know what? We're going to postpone it for 2 weeks. You can, if you're getting a mortgage, we'll wait for you. It took me 3 years to resolve the mortgage, but when I went to the closing, 15 minutes my closing was done. I was short 23,000. With Guruji's grace, I got my tax refund. I got the 5,000 from the HR, and then my son, I had shelled out some money for him because he was applying for residencies. And all of a sudden he calls me the same night. He says, Mom, I got the refund for all the money that you had spent. Now I had extra money. So I'm like, I can pay the lawyer too. And then the lawyer calls me next day and says, I'm going to waive my $5,000 fee. Have you ever heard a lawyer say that? I said, why? I said, why? She says, because you've been so blessed to me. You've given me so many closings. You don't have to do anything. I'm not going to charge you anything. Nothing. It's going to be free. I was like, wow, that's the power of Guruji. So these little miracles with your giving me those pictures and Guruji coming into my temple. My daughter is in rehab, but now she's recovering, you know. And I told her when she comes out, the first thing we're going to do is come to Guruji's ashram. And thank you. So thank you for connecting me, and God bless. This is a great day. Jai Guruji.